Alright, we're going to do the multi-layer switch now. So this one's a little bit better, a little bit easier for us. So multi-layer switch is going to look something like this. I have it deleted, so we're just going to ignore that. We're going to use the same information that I had for the router on a stick. First thing we're going to do is come down here to the left, click on network devices, click on switches, and then we're going to grab the 3650. 3650, and we're going to call it MLS1. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is drop a regular switch here and a regular switch here. We're going to call this switch 11, and we're going to call this switch 22. Okay. Now we're going to add in, press Control, left click on the PC. We're going to put our 4 VLANs here, 4 VLANs here. Then I'm going to click on the lightning bolt and hold Control down again, left click on copper wire. So what we're going to do here, we're going to connect these bad boys together. Add 0, 1. And then our MLS switch to this switch, we're going to connect with the same port numbers that we did before. So port 1 for VLAN 10 on both of them. Port 7 for VLAN 20 on both of them. Click on port 12 for VLAN 30 for both of them. And then lastly, we're going to do port 18 for VLAN 99 on both of them. Now, we're also going to do a router. I'm going to go ahead and we'll throw that in there now. 2911 router. I'm going to stick that right there. And then that is going to be our ISP1 router. Okay, no, fine. It'll be ISP11 now. ISP11. Okay. Now that we're happy. Okay. Left click on the lightning bolt. Hold shift, Control. Left click on copper straight through. MLS1. We're going to save 24 for the ISP. So we clicked on the 24 port there. Then we're going to click on the router and we're going to put it in gigabit Ethernet 00. Okay. Now for my computers, we're going to connect, since we already used 1, 7, 12, and 18, we're going to use 2. The next one in the port numbers for us on this switch. Then we're going to hear myself echoing. Next one in line is going to be 8 for VLAN 20. Then next one's going to be 13 for VLAN 30. And the last one's going to be 19 for VLAN 99. Now on the left side, we're going to use the same thing we originally did. So 1 for VLAN 10. We're going to use 7 for VLAN 20. We're going to use 12 for VLAN 30. And we're going to use 18 for VLAN 99. All right, that's all done. All right, now we're going to quickly go in here and we're going to name all of these. So we're going to do 192.168.11.11. Remember, I have my little nomenclature right here, right? So hit tab again, 192.168.11.12. Excuse me, 11.1. Our gateway is always .1, right? That's what we usually do. Close that. Desktop IP. This is VLAN 20, so 192.168.22.22. Tab 192.168.22.1. Okay, click on this one, desktop IP. Click 192.168.33.33. Tab 192.168.33.1. And then here, desktop IP 192.168.99.99. Okay, 192.168.99.1. Okay, that's done. That side. Now let's go to the right side. Click on it. Desktop IP config. Now, I wrote this down. I'm using 11.12 now. You can do whatever you want. I'm just doing that because it's staying in sequential order. Gateway is still the same, 11.1. Okay, desktop IP config, same thing, 192.168.22.23. 192.168.22.1. Simple as that. We're going to knock all these out because this is going to be a much faster one than the router on stick. 192.168.33.34. 192. Forgot to hit tab there. Got a little excited. 192.168.33.1. Default gateway. Now, we're choosing to make the default gateway .1. You can make it whatever you want, but that's the nomenclature we always use, so it's just easier to do that. And lastly, for VLAN 99, we're going to put 99.100, 192.168.99.1. Okay, all of those are done. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into switch 11. We're going to hit NA config T host name switch 11 and exit, read write. That is all we're doing there. We're just going to name it because you know he's going to want to see us name it. So I'll click in here, hit enter, hit ENA, hit config T host name switch 22. Correct. Hit enter. Okay, can't put a space. Whoops. Exit. Might help if I spell exit right. Exit. Read write. Boom. That's done. Now, for the multi-layer switch, we're going to do everything that we did with the trunk, except without the trunk, and only on the multi-layer switch. So we're going to click on the multi-layer switch, and you see we have to take these two power supplies and stick them in here. And that's why we use the 3650. So make sure you use the 3650. It's going to have these two power supplies. If you don't see the two power supplies, you picked the wrong one. Now we're going to go to command line interface, hit enter, no, hit enter again, ENA, config T, okay, host name is going to be MLS11, just so I don't have any problems. Okay, now we are going to start the process with identifying our VLANs. So as we've already got set up right here, right, we're going to go ahead and type in VLAN 10, name HR, VLAN 20, name sales, VLAN 30, name IT, VLAN 99, name MGMT. Boom. That simple. So you type in the VLAN, then the number, and then enter, then the name that you're calling it, and enter. And we're going to exit out of this back to command config T. And now we're going to do like we did before with the range. So we're going to include our ranges. So int range, and remember on this port, it's a little, these are a little different, so you have to make sure you get it right. On 3650, it's gigabit 0, it's gig 1 1/0/1 or 1/0/2 or 1/0/3. So our int range is going to be gig 1/0/1-6. So that's a little bit confusing, but normally we only have 1/ something. Well, now it's 1/0/ our range numbers. So 1/6. That's it. Okay. Now, do you remember what we did? Switch port mode. We're not doing mode trunk. We're doing mode access. Mode access. Enter. Switch port access. And then what's our first VLAN? VLAN 10. Enter. That's it. Same commands. Switch port mode access, and then switch port access VLAN, whatever the number is. Now I'm gonna hit up 3 times. I'm gonna go to 7-11. Enter. Up. mode access, up, 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 delete 10 and put 20. That's our next VLAN. Enter, up, 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 delete 11, put 12-17, enter, up, 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 mode access, up, 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 VLAN 30. Done. Up, 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 18, our last one, 18 to 22, enter, up, 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 switch port mode access, up, 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 VLAN 30, we're going to put VLAN 99, enter. That is it. We're going to hit exit. We're going to do a read write. Now show, no, I'm sorry. Exit again, read write, show VLAN. Okay, they're all set up. Cool. Now, next step, you see how this native mix match? Don't worry about that, because honestly, he had the same error. And at the end of the day, as long as it works, who cares about those errors? Okay? He never really gave us a way to solve that. Okay, so now the next step is going to be giving the IP addresses. So remember, we set up our IP addresses here on the right. We have our network ID. We're going to do our .1s. So we're going to go to config T. Okay? Then we're going to int VLAN 10, our first VLAN. Hit enter again. We're going to type in IP address 192.168.11.1, and then it's /24, so space 255.255.255.0. Hit enter. No shutdown. Enter. And that's it. That's done. So we're going to hit up 3 times. Delete the 10, put a 20. Enter again. Go up 3 times. Change this 11 to 22. Enter. Up 3 times, no shutdown. Up 3 times, change 20 to 30. Enter. Enter again. Up 3 times. Move with my left arrow key, not delete. Move to 22. Delete. Turn to 33. Same thing. Up 3 times, no shutdown. And our last one is the last VLAN, which is VLAN 99. Hit enter. Enter again. Up 3 times, change 33 to 99, hit enter, no shutdown, which is up 3 times once again, and that's it. Exit. Boom. And then the last command you got to remember to do is IP routing. We have to type this in, IP routing. If we don't type that, it's not going to work. So that's the one thing that's different, we just got to remember to type that. IP routing. IP routing. Okay. After that, we are going to let's try doing this real quick. Int VLAN 1 IP address 192.168.1.1 255.255.255.0. Let's see if that solves the issue we were having with that. That's what he did in the video, so I'm assuming that it did that. It fixed it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and exit all the way out. Read write. Boom. Now let's see if they can talk to each other. They should be able to talk to each other. So if I click on this computer, it is 11.12, right? So if I go to command prompt, ping 192.168.11.1. That's my gateway. Sure enough, I can see it. Let me go ahead and close this. Okay, so I can see my gateway. Well, let's see if I can see the other computer on the other side, which is 11.11. Sure enough, I can see the one that's connected to the other switch. Let's try one in a different VLAN. Let's try 22.22. It's working. I can see the right side, I can see the left side. So let's do 33.33. Timed out, but now it's found it. Okay, so 99.99. And once it finds the route, we're good. Right? So All right, everything can see everything. We're going to go ahead and close this out. We'll go over here to the left side. This is .22.22, right? Command prompt, ping 192.168.22.1. That's its own gateway. It can see it, right? Now let's see if it can see 23. Sure can. It can see 23, which is the one in its VLAN on the other side. Let's see if it can see 11.12. Sure can. All right, so it can see everything. Perfect. So that's working. Multi-layer switch is doing the work for us that we did earlier with the trunk. Now we're going to add in the ISP. So that's what this is right here. We added this in earlier. Okay. So VLAN 99 had 24 in the example he did. We left 24 by itself. So we're going to click on the multi-layer switch. We're going to hit enter. Okay, we're going to config T. All right, and this is what makes this work. Int gig 1/0/24. So that 24th port that we assigned just for the ISP. We're going to type in no switch port access. I'm sorry, no switch port. Wrong command. No switch port. That's it. No switch port. No switch port. So you have to either tell it that it is a switch port or trunk. You have to make sure you have to say one of the two. So we said no switch port. Versus on the other ones we said switch port mode access. On port 24 for the ISP, we're just going to put no switch port. That makes it a layer 3. Converts it from layer 2 to layer 3. Okay, so we're done with MLS. We're going to come here to the ISP. It's on. We're going to type in no, enter, ENA, config T. We're going to call this host name ISP11. Okay. Now we're going to config T, which we already in. If you recall, we connected to gigabit 0/0. So I'm going to int gig 0/0, and we're going to give it an IP address. Now, if you see right here, I've got the ISP ADDI as this 10.20.30.0. He's going to give us that information. IP address 10.20.30, and then dot, we're going to do 1 and no, yes, no, we're going to do 2 because we're going to do 1 at MLS and we'll do 2 at the ISP. 255.255.255.0. So remember, we can't use .0, right? So the first one's .1. So we're going to make MLS 1.1. We'll make the ISP .2. Okay, hit enter. That's set. No shutdown. Boom. Now, exit. We have to do an IP route. So IP route 192.168.0.0. So that means any of the IPs that we've done earlier, any of them, we have .11.22, whatever it is, .0.0, and any subnet gateway past 255.255, right? We're going to route it through 10.10.10.1. Well, we're going to route it to 10.20.30.1, which is going to be our MLS switch. So what we're telling the ISP router is, if you see anything, go that way. So then when we get done with this, we're going to tell the MLS, if you see anything over here, go that way. Okay? So hit enter, exit, read write, done. So we gave this port right here, we gave it 10.20.30.2. See right here? .20.30.2, and we're giving this one 10.20.30.1. Okay, so that's done. ISP is done. come back here into the MLS switch. We're going to config T. We're going to int gig 1/0/24. And did we not give it? We didn't give it an IP address. We just did no switch port. IP address 10.20.30.1 255.255.255.0. Boom. That's done. No shutdown. And then exit. And now we're going to do our IP route again. IP route has to be in config T, not in the interface. IP route. We did 0.0.0.0 0.0.0.0, and we're going to send everything to 10.20.30.2. So all zeros means anything, right? If you see a 0, that means anything. So IP route, anything, send it that way. Okay, hit enter, exit, read write, boom. Now, these computers should be able to see and ping that ISP. So we know ISP is what? Let's see if we can see ping 10.20.30.1. Boom, I can see it. So that is the other side of the MLS switch. That's this port right here. I know I can see it. We're going to type in .2, which is the actual ISP. There we go. We can see it. All right. So any computer now should be able to see that router. So let's pick this one. I bet you if we ping 10.20.30.2, we'll be able to see it. Sure enough, we can see it. All right. So that's it. It's a little easier with MLS. Hopefully he just has us do MLS. I'm going to take all these commands down, and I will copy and paste them in a text file and have them available as well. All right, bye.